I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Hey guys, Don back yet again for another video review. And as you can see, we're continuing my look at the Hasbro Victorion box set. We're on video 2 of 7. In the last video we looked at Rust Dust, which was the small Legends class figure. And this one we're going to go one step up and look at the Camion. Adjust the camera just a bit here. Jumpstream. As before, this is another female Autobot from the planet Camion. She is, the Camion is basically a Cybertronian planet that they made. Another Titan, basically. Like Metroplex, Lost Colony, basically. And this is another one from the torchbearers of that set. This set, it's again Combiner Wars figure, which means it's been repainted, retooled from another one. And this one we're looking from the original Minosaur set of Breakdown. But this, and she of course is basically another copy of the Lamborghini Diablo. But she has been, again, this is like I said, it's a repaint of another one remolded, and I find it surprising how many times this one has been used, this mold. Let's go on and count it. We have the original Breakdown figure. We have the G2 version. Then we also have Sunstreaker. And then we brought Jetstream, so that's number 4. And we also have Wheeljack. Then we got from the BotCon set, we got Ravage, which is 6, and Tigertron, 7. And then there was the recent subscription service figure, or not real recent, he's coming in the current line of the subscription service from the Collectors Club of Counterpunch, which is 8. Then we also, don't forget, we got the Unite Warriors sets of them from Takara, where we got the original Breakdown, Sunstreaker, Lightspeed from Computron, and we got Wheeljack. So we're looking at 12 uses of this mold. Wow, a lot of uses. But let's go on and get into the look at this figure of Jumpstream herself. She, again, she's Camion, and when these guys originally came out, once again, as I mentioned in my previous video, they looked horrible. The paint job on them just looked so bad on the original pictures we got. But I'm guessing Hasbro took exception to that because of all the comments of hatred, how bad it looked and everything. Because, like, I have to admit, I did too. When I first saw those pics, I actually thought they basically took these figures and puked on them. That's how bad the paint job I thought was. But now that you've got them in hand, they actually look pretty darn good. I think, as I mentioned again in my previous video, Hasbro took care of what we were saying. Because if you kind of look back at the original video or pictures, this red didn't look as dark, which is great. I mean, they darkened this and they lighted the green color here, which is fine, because this definitely looked like a lot darker color, but it looks great in this design. For Jumpstream here, of course, we got the red, we got the green color, we got great silver paint and just where she needs to go on her wheels for chrome, headlights. She's got up here on her windshield. She's even got some all on her regular bot form when you get to that. But it definitely makes her look really, really good. Just nice. I mean, it does. Let's not forget also, we also have the little silver here with the Camion or Cybertronian. It could be script on the side where each of these bots have it, but not, and also with the Autobot logo here as well. Actually have it on both sides for her. But on this video review, I'm not going to fully go into her full transformation into her limb modes, because we've seen that so many times, and I'm going to also use that in the upcoming Victorion review, which is my number 7 for this series. So I'm just going to do it into her robot form. But first, let's go ahead and look. Each of them come with an accessory, though Rust Dust did not have her own weapon. This one does, and this is her assigned weapon. It's kind of a shield and sort of blaster, because you can use it as a blaster with this peg here. You can actually take this with the peg hole here on top, peg it in there to give her like a weapon in vehicle mode, which ain't too shabby at all. You can also kinda sort of do it here, but it doesn't really sit. You can, there is a peg hole back here that you can peg it into, but it does kind of stick out, but you can kind of tilt it sideways and still kind of doesn't really want to sit in there because of the way design is. But this does look really good. We'll get more in detail on this on a later review, but you can see it's got some nice silver paint with a light blue shining through the main body, which makes it look really good. When this is all combined for her Victorion sword, it really looks great. I kind of wish they'd done that with the rest of them, but we'll get something we'll really get into in the later review. But we'll set this aside and we'll go ahead and transform Jumpstream here into robot mode. Transformation is simple, just like with breakdown and stuff. You just simply, right here in the front of the windshield, you just unpeg that and it'll flip right open, which I'm grabbing hold of the wrong mirror there. Flip that up. You will then go ahead and flip this whole front end back and down around, which right here it is on a double hinge in this joint right here, which really works wonders for this. Well, again, we'll show that more here in a moment. You can go ahead and unpeg the side panels here, which are of course our arms, and raise those out to give you some clearance. You will then unpeg the back section here and rotate these down like so, and they will unpeg, of course. One little thing on this is she doesn't have the extra little peg like the original one did. I did have the original, and I did a review on him, so if you want to go back and look at that. But I kind of wish if she did. She had a little peg like right in here, I believe, and this, or where it helped peg that in, give it a little bit more security, which it does kind of fasten, as you can see, but it's still pretty good. You can do it this side too, and then it also requires you right here at her hip, basically to have these pieces kind of rotated up to the side to give her some nice hip movement. It is kind of a pain to me in a way, but that's a nice little thing for it. It gives a good ball socket basically right there for the hips and stuff. Down here at the bottom, you will flip basically the tail fin down, and then you also flip this down to form her feet. And you got her standing really good, and then you go back up here. You can just unfold here at the elbow for her arms. Straighten those out. You will then come back to the back part of the hood. Ooh, excuse me, got a sneeze coming, but it doesn't want to work with me. You will ratchet this. This again is on a double joint. Flip this panel up and out and over, and it just simply fits and flips all the way down. And when you do this just right, it'll peg down, because you actually do have right here in this part, you got a couple peg holes here and 2 pegs here that will peg right into that. When you get this just situated right, you actually have to work with it, at least I do, to get it just to flip the panel just right, which I'm not quite. There we go. Still don't think I got it right. There we go. I keep forgetting that this is double hinge here as well, which kind of hinders it some. And there we go. Almost. I don't know why. I think it's my nerves mostly keep me from getting this just situated just right. There we go. Now then. Now we got her. There. Lastly, don't forget, keep this panel in the back section down. You have these 2 little joints here, which will just flip right up and become part of her shoulders. And actually will also raise the rest of the forearm and stuff up over there to get it lined up. And we straighten her up. And let's not forget to turn her head around to look back at you. And there we have Jumpstream transformed. Very nice. Definitely a fembot from the redesign. We'll go over this real well. She's got, of course, the ball joints here to help rotate there at the elbow. Get the hip articulation, the knee, and the foots do sort of have a little bit of articulation. If you just adjust them right from the transformation, you can get some pretty good poses out of it. But paint wise, this looks really, really good. One definite retool also on this is the chest. Hate to say it, but she does kind of have some boobs. If you can see it poking out there, it does kind of look like it. But the paint is one of the best things of these figures, especially the head sculpt. The heads are definitely repaints, and I love the detail work they did for all these guys, or fembots, excuse me. Silver paint for the face, the light blue for the eyes, the extra red here, and basically on the forehead. Looks really good. It looks kind of like an RC Nightbird kind of reuse of a head but still really good. One other thing I really like is they painted all the hands silver. Definitely nice looking there too. All around the silver, the red, and the green on this definitely makes them look really, really good. And we can give her basically her shield here and just peg it right into her hand. And it's a nice little addition to her. Pretty darn cool. The paint and everything on this just makes her look really, really good. But that being said, guys, I highly recommend you guys picking this set up, and that's going to be in only for this video. As I mentioned before, we'll get into like her foot and arm mode later on in the Victorion review. But again, this is the end of this video, so please like, comment, and share this video. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And be sure to check out my sponsor, PrimeToys.net, where you can get collector-grade toys without the collector-grade pricing. And don't forget to use the code TRANSMISSIONS at checkout to get 10% off your order of Transformers products. And on that note, sadly, cannot quite pick Victorion up off of there. He hasn't quite got this situation worked out on that. I can't really go into full details on it, but it's something that's going on. But you can't pick them up from other resources. I mean, me personally, I picked this up from Toys R Us, which right now, if here just as soon as I made my order, within a couple of days my order being placed and they getting shipped out, they dropped the price on her. When I got her, she was like right at $100, and I think they dropped her down to $80 now. So definitely worth picking up, especially at the lower price. But that being said, be sure also check out the Transmissions podcast, which is the reason behind the Transmissions code for PrimeToys.net. And they are also sponsored by Prime Toys. They were sponsored before me, and they greatly deserve it. They are a great podcast, the best Transformers podcast in my mind. So I highly recommend you guys check them out. I'll have links down below to those as well. But that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. I thank you for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.